the man with a quiet life and a loud, secret lean in for a second. Because this isn't really a story about money. It's a story about what happens when love is built on what you choose not to say. Tom Grady looked like the most ordinary guy you'd ever pass at the grocery store. Faded jeans, plain hoodie, cart half full of practical stuff. Nothing flashy, nothing memorable. The kind of man your eyes slide right past, and honestly, that's exactly how he liked it. Every morning he woke up at 6, kissed his wife Sherry on the forehead, brewed coffee a little too strong, burned the toast just a little, and apologized for it every time like it was a first offense. They lived in a modest house in suburban Ohio, creaky floors, a stubborn front door, 2 dogs that shed everywhere, and neighbors who waved but never stopped to talk too long. From the outside, it was a simple life, and for the most part, it was real, except for one thing. Tom Grady wasn't just some regular guy with a regular paycheck. 10 years earlier, back when no one was paying attention, Tom had invested in a tiny tech startup, the kind people laughed at, the kind friends warned him about, the kind that usually disappears without a trace. He didn't invest much, just enough to forget about it, just enough to walk away and focus on life. Then the company exploded. I mean exploded. News headlines, Wall Street buzz, analysts losing their minds, shares multiplying, valuations soaring into the stratosphere. And Tom never sold. Not once. Not when it doubled. Not when it tripled. Not when the numbers became so big they stopped feeling real. By the time everything settled, his shares were worth almost $10 billion. And Sherry, the woman he loved, the woman he laughed with, the woman he planned a life with, had no idea. Not a clue. She worried about grocery prices, talked about budgeting, hesitated before buying new shoes, asked him sometimes quietly, "Are we okay?" And every time, Tom smiled, nodded, and said, "Yeah, we're fine." And technically, that wasn't a lie, but it wasn't the truth either. Tom told himself he was protecting something, protecting them, protecting the purity of what they had. He didn't want money to change her, didn't want it to change him, didn't want their love tangled up with numbers and headlines and expectations. But deep down, there was another fear. He was afraid that if she knew everything, she might see him differently. Or worse, realize she didn't need him at all. Then one quiet Saturday afternoon, everything cracked. Sherry was cleaning the office, moving papers, doing the boring adult stuff no one ever plans for, when she saw a document half hidden under Tom's laptop. No logo, no explanation, just figures. Massive figures. Numbers that made her stomach tighten and her breath catch. She stared at it, blinked, looked again. This wasn't a mistake. This was something big. When Tom came home, she didn't scream. She didn't throw anything. She didn't cry. She just held the paper in her hands, looked him straight in the eyes, and asked, softly but firmly, "Tom, why didn't you ever tell me?" In that moment, all the years of silence collapsed at once. He tried to explain, stumbled over words, talked about love, about fear, about not wanting money to become the center of their life. Some of it was honest. Some of it was cowardice dressed up as good intentions. They sat on the porch that night, the air thick, cicadas buzzing, neither of them touching, neither of them leaving. Finally, Sherry spoke. "I loved you when I thought we had nothing extra," she said. "I loved you when life felt small and ordinary. I just needed to know if you trusted me enough to let me stand beside you." And that's when it hit Tom. The secret wasn't protecting their love. It was standing between them. Because real love doesn't need hiding. And trust doesn't survive silence. Money can buy comfort, security, freedom. But it can't replace honesty, and it can't fix the damage caused when truth shows up late. Some fortunes change your lifestyle. Others change your life. And sometimes the most valuable thing you can give the person you love isn't what you have. It's the truth you were too afraid to share.